What's up, guys? Welcome to Shay's World. I am your girl, Shay, and we are back talking Traitors. This is season 3, episode 9. And of course, I have my lovely co host with me.
Your boy Malik.
Since I wait, is my
Rated
co host with me?
trait. Oh,
Okay.
my bad. Yes, he is here. He is here. My bad.
Okay. Well, we will jump right in. Where we left off last week with Carolyn and Danielle in the turret, and they have the options of seduction or murder. Now, my question to you is, what would you have done? Would you have went ahead and recruited like Danielle wanted to do, or would you have murdered like Carolyn wanted to do?
I probably would have wanted to recruit, but I don't know. They are just terrible. The two of them are terrible together. So being in a third might not be that hopeful. But
Which
I
is
would have
what
wanted to
Carolyn
recruit.
said as
Yeah.
well. But she also, I do feel like she had a valid point in saying, let's not get Brittany because, like, I already don't trust you, and then you're gonna bring your bestie in here, and y'all just gonna
Uh-huh.
double team me and get me out anyway. However, comma, I am not opposed to Brittany coming in at that time. Because at that time there was a little suspicion on Brittany. I just don't know how much suspicion was on Brittany for that to really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They end up murdering someone, and
If you would have wanted to recruit Brittany, I would have
no,
wanted
I would
to.
have wanted to recruit Gabby.
Mm, I would have wanted to recruit maybe Dolores.
She ain't going. She would have
You
turned it
don't think
down.
she's going?
Yeah,
You
they
know,
would.
like
They
a
had the
lot of
option
these
to turn it down.
faithfuls are like a lot of these or well, their version of turning it down was die, right?
No, not yet.
Either join or die. Oh, um, well, I feel like a lot of these faithfuls are like strictly faithfuls. Like all the weary ones who may like turn into
Mhm.
a traitor, they're basically out the house at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think
I don't
Tom
know.
would have accepted it because he would have been curious to see who the traitors are, and he seemed like he's
I
having
put
so
I
much
have
fun. He would have wanted to see it from the other side.
maybe,
And
but
I
I don't know if I would
mean,
trust him as a traitor.
no, that's well, I mean, he would be making himself look suspicious if all of us, well, I don't know. You're right. You're right. I don't know. It's a sticky situation considering how the episode ends up. So I'm just like, I really don't know what my girl Carolyn could have done in this moment. It was kind of damned if she do, damned if she don't, honestly. Um, However, like I said, they end up murdering someone. So you got breakfast, or you want me to do breakfast?
Oh, my bad. I can do breakfast. So they end up murdering someone, and yeah, that's what happens. Now after they end up murdering somebody that night, we go to sleep, we wake up, it's morning time, and what do you do in the morning? You eat breakfast. So we are going to breakfast. Danielle and Gabby are the first two to walk in,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
And so, they're talking, as people talk, and Gabby is like, we should stop going for the bigger personalities. And then I think she kind of like starts to suspect Carolyn just a little bit. She just throws her name out there, and I think Danielle's like, "Oh, well, is
No,
that
no, no.
is that
She throws Danielle's name out there
to
because she was
herself?"
sitting next to Carolyn. Gabby was
But
talking
then,
to Carolyn, and she throws Danielle's name back out there, and she says, like, I can't take her no more of her crying. Like she throws Danielle's name out when it's just her and
Oh, so
Carolyn.
Carolyn and Gabby were the first two to walk in.
You literally said
Okay. I said Danielle and Gabby, and you
oh
was like,
wow. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I guess maybe I just know what happened. So I'm sorry. I thought you said Danielle
You're
and
good, you're good. That is what I said. Danielle and Gabby. So Carolyn and Gabby walk in, and
Carolyn.
then yes, and so Gabby brings up Danielle to Carolyn, and Carolyn's like, well,
No, yeah, she does her face, and she was just like, I don't see how people can't see. And I'm just like, okay, Carolyn, so you swinging first?
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
mad. I'm not
basically,
mad, right?
I think
Careful.
so. Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to think of something else of importance that happened at breakfast. I don't think so, really. I think the talk was talk, but it wasn't like
Big talk,
that important
big
type of
fish.
talk. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, after everybody comes in, they find out that Sam is the one who is dead.
yep.
Would you have murdered Sam?
Um I think they should have murdered Dolores.
Really?
Hmm.
Why?
Because they already are suspecting that the remaining traitors are females. So of course the female wouldn't get rid of another female. Like in their minds, the women are going to pick us all off. Like if you remember at the end of the last episode, you had three of the men in there talking, and they was like clearly one. They knew it was going to be between Dylan and Sam, and they had
Mm.
already come to that conclusion that it's two females. So I would have murdered Dolores and put one of the men up for banishment and blame them for the murder of Dolores. To try, and I would have said, y'all are trying to throw people off by murdering a female, and it's one of you. Like,
You
that's what I
know,
would have tried to do.
but even with killing Sam, I would have been like, wasn't like, cause wasn't Sam one to like either Carolyn or Danielle, one of the two?
I think he had suspicions on Danielle. He didn't have any suspicions on Carolyn.
Mm. So I don't
Nobody
know
had
if in
suspicions on
killing,
Carolyn until this episode.
which is crazy, in killing Sam, I feel like that would have put a target. And sorry, I had to reboot. In killing Sam, I feel like that would have put a target on Danielle. But I don't really think anybody necessarily took that lead or
No.
noticed that, picked up on that.
Now, there were multiple people who woke up that morning with Danielle on their mind as the traitor at the beginning of the morning. Beginning of the morning, everybody
Top of
pretty
the
much has
morning.
us on Danielle. So after breakfast, we get the first set of conversations we get is Danielle and Dylan. And they're talking about
Danielle or Carolyn?
Danielle and Dylan. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because we've already had this conversation before.
Carolyn and Dylan talk Danielle and how to get the numbers to get her out. They counted up. It's like Dylan says either a go if the numbers are there. But basically they come up with the fact that they have 4 votes for sure. They need 5 at this point to get her out because there's still 8 people there. We get
But
Brittany.
Dylan but Dylan basically knows that it's gonna come down to either one of them. It's gonna be the two of them and it's gonna come down to either one of them.
Yeah, but he tells her that after the second conversation that they have before the round table. Because he talks to her again. They have a second conversation.
My God.
So Brittany is talking to Danielle, and she is like breaking down because she thought Danielle was murdered, and oh my gosh, how can I do this without you? And I trust you, and blah 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 blah. I want to go to the end with you, and I'm just sitting here looking at the screen like, Brittany, you are so dumb. Shut up. You couldn't be so far wrong. Shut up. I love you. Shut up. Like, love you, girl. Glad you're still here.
Okay.
But Miss Girl, you've been wrong a whole lot in this game. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, sister was shook shook up, shook down, shook all around. She was shook.
Yes. So I don't remember any other conversations that were had. I do feel like there was another conversation that was had where somebody was floating Danielle out there. I feel like it was some of the guys. I just don't remember who all exactly it was.
Did somebody go to Carolyn and was like, Danielle definitely said your name, or she
After.
was like somebody.
After. So let's go to
I'ma
the
just
mission
I'ma
so we
just
can get
shut
to
the
these
fuck
conversations. Yes, I can make sure
up.
we get those conversations in for you. Let's go ahead and go to the mission. And I'm gonna kind of fly through this. Let's see. Enjoyed the fact that Parvati and Kate came back and graced us with their presence.
Mhm.
The mission is
I feel like Parvati should have wore the black dress and Kate should have wore the white dress.
100%. 100%.
I just feel
However,
like that was a
you
bit of a missed
probably didn't get
opportunity.
Kate in an all-white dress. She
Why?
wears her being a traitor and mean like a badge of honor. Like, I
Oh,
don't
is
think,
that why they did that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just
Oh,
saying, like, if she gonna play it up, she gonna play it up, and I'm sure
right.
is what she wanted. And they're gonna give Kate what she wants. Like Alan said, you have been here so much. You've been here every season, ma'am. Every season, Kate has been on the Traitors in some capacity.
Honestly, that's a bit iconic.
It is. It really is. All right. So the night before, the Traitors were asked a question after they did their murder. And so basically they gotta try to throw off everybody. This is where I started to clock Danielle. And I'm like, as much as I'm mad at you for this going against Carolyn, this is also why we love you, because you really are good at this shit. And so she was really playing chess already before they even made it to the mission. And Carolyn is thinking money, motivation, and Danielle was thinking strategy, which we're about to get to. So, of course, Parvati and Kate are asking the questions. It's this big ass human chess piece thing, or whatever. Got a magnetic traitor that's going to go around and check the answers. So the first piece that goes on the board is the snake, and the question is, who is slithering under the radar? Who would you have chose?
Who is slithering under the radar? Brittany was a good answer.
Okay.
Brittany was a good
So
answer.
the trader chose Brittany, and then they chose Brittany because Sierra had just said it the night before. They get the $5,000. All right, let's move on. Second one is a skull. Who is the biggest threat to the traders? The trader chose Brittany. Who would you have chose?
Dylan.
You would have chose Dylan. Okay. The group chose Tom.
Wait, okay. Why didn't they choose Dylan?
Um, they didn't want to choose Dylan because they knew that the people would think that their answers are trying to throw them off. So if they put Dylan is the biggest threat, he's closest to, I forgot how they explained it in that episode, and it made sense as to why they wouldn't choose Dylan. But ultimately they felt like it will point back to one of them or both of them. So I don't know.
Hmm.
Brittany was not expecting to be chosen as the person who was the biggest threat. I just want to throw that out there. Next question was the wolf, who was the leader of the pack. They chose Tom. The group wants to choose Dylan, and this is where Carolyn makes her first mistake. Because
she's like, y'all sure? You sure you don't think?
like she calls them to do a whole vote out. Like who wants Tom, who wants Dylan, and ultimately they chose Dylan, but the chess piece is going to reveal who it was, and he reveals that it was Tom, and it's like this is where Dylan is now has his eyes on Carolyn a little bit. He's starting to suss her, and
also I would have chose Dylan again for that one, because that's very. I mean, who do they choose? Tom.
mm-hmm. No,
The group
yeah,
chose
they
Tom,
chose
or the
Tom.
traders
The traitors
for the money.
chose Tom.
Okay, they both chose Tom. Oh, okay.
No,
That
no,
was
no,
a
no,
good
no.
one.
They chose Tom. The traitors chose Tom. The group chose Dylan, so they don't get any money.
Oh yeah, I would have chose Dylan. Yeah, I don't know. He just is much more of a leader of the pack than Tom is. So I don't know why the traders would choose Tom unless they were trying to throw the people off the scent. And if they were trying to throw the people off the scent, then Carolyn, why would you try to put them back on the trail?
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
It is at this moment that Kate and Parvati both pick Dylan as Pilot Pete from season 2, from their season. It's like, yes, he is definitely Pilot Pete. So
The
when they go
ultimate
back,
faithful.
yeah, when they go back off
The
the board,
faithfulest faithful.
my girl Dolores decides to speak up and say, "Dang, like Carolyn was right about it," and Carolyn starts backpedaling and pussy popping, and I was like,
real bad to the point where she said, "I didn't say that."
like,
Now wait a minute. We have literal video evidence. In fact, this actually happened 60 seconds ago. What do you mean you didn't say that?
we did a whole vote. We took a whole vote, straw poll.
Like, girl, that's when you just say, oh, well, I'm trying to win this money. That's all. You don't say, I didn't say that. Like, girl, what?
Dylan in his confessional is like, okay, now I really got to look at Carolyn because I know that Carolyn has a soft spot for Tom. And it seems like she is handpicking these answers. And he's kind of devastated by it, honestly. So the last one is the mouse. And it's whose voice is the question is whose voice is the most relevant? Carolyn chooses herself in the turd as the answer, saying that she's always saying nobody listens to her, nobody listens to her. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good move. And when Danielle was like, yep, go ahead and do it, I was like, bingo. There you go. There you go. Danielle is clocked in and ready, and she is about to take her down. And I hope she is prepared. I was just like, the answer to the snake should have been Danielle. That's who the snake. That's who the snake was. Darn it!
Gosh darn it! Dagnabbit.
Now the kicker was when they do their little, do the huddle and they're trying to discuss what answer they're going to choose. Carolyn says again that hey, nobody listens to me. Blah blah blah. I think it'll be me and lo and behold,
they should have put.
They all say we don't think that.
They should have put Tom.
They should have put Tom. But here's the thing: the answer was still going to be revealed. So even if they'd have chose Tom and it went to Carolyn, one, they would have only had $5,000. Two,
well, Carolyn should never have put
Carolyn should have never said anything though.
Yeah, spotlight on herself.
Yeah, like she shouldn't have guided the answer because none of them were thinking her for this answer, and she guided the answer. They went with it and they got the money. Well, how do you know? Well, because you're a traitor.
Because nobody listens to me. And girl, we all literally listen to you.
She sealed her own fate. Kate even
Okay.
called her a traitor. And she was there, what, 30 minutes?
She said, Purdy said, it takes one to know one, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were both traitors.
Yeah.
So
So now they want to have $150,000
$152,500. But back at
to
the
be
house,
precise.
yeah, there are multiple conversations going on. Carolyn is pleading for her life to Dylan. Dylan basically says, you know, you're coming for her, she's coming for you. Y'all are basically going to force me to choose between one of you. She takes it back to Survivor and was like, you know, this is how this is just me. Like, Danielle's a liar. But my thing is, Carolyn only has Danielle is a liar. Like, that's her only argument. So she also obviously she spoke with Ivar as well, because Ivar tells
Which is pretty
Danielle,
obvious. Like, you could literally, if I was in Kelly's shoes, I'd be like, girl, what's the proof? Like, girl, what's the fucking proof?
well,
Sorry, I just thought about that. Like, girl,
Carolyn
what's the fucking
came with
proof?
proof. I mean, Danielle kind of came with proof. She came with enough evidence.
We
Carolyn,
gonna get there.
we'll get there, but yeah.
But
Anywho, Ivor telling Danielle that Carolyn is throwing her name out there is like, okay, that was, you know, she put it gave her all the ammunition she needed. So she throws some stuff out there to Ivar, and Ivar is like, well, that could be Carolyn. So he's thinking that. Tom is still saying Dolores. It's like, dude, go some fucking, go somewhere. Somebody tells Dolores that Tom is still after her, and then I don't remember any other conversations, to be honest with you. Let's go to the round table.
I feel like, what was I talking about earlier? Wasn't there a conversation between the guys, or was that something else? No, that was the episode before. Okay.
There was a conversation with
About
Dylan.
Danielle, right?
Dylan and Carolyn had a conversation. She was pleading for her life. Like, her evidence was just against Danielle. She was saying, like, Danielle's a traitor, Danielle's a traitor. That was that conversation. Danielle basically goes ahead and lays out quite a bit of evidence to not quite a bit of evidence, but she draws correlations between Rambo and Carolyn, the way she acts to
Rambo.
Ivar, which puts Ivar on to Carolyn. I don't think anybody had conversations with Gabby. I don't remember any conversations with Gabby before the roundtable. I remember a conversation after the roundtable with Gabby.
Mm.
Okay, so at the roundtable, it's time to talk, and Ivar starts first, and he says, "We think the traitors are two girls," but they stop him, and Carolyn goes first. She goes at Danielle. She calls her a liar. She said that, you know, she's still going with her argument that you told Brittany that I said her name and I didn't say her name, blah blah blah. So then
You
Danielle
told
goes,
Brittany.
yeah, Danielle goes, and Danielle just really comes with, you know, quite a bit of evidence of
Girl,
what.
this was, mind you, this wasn't no like little debate. This was a full blown argument. Like,
Yeah,
this was like, I'm at your throat. I want your head on a
this was
silver platter.
this was Bob and Rob all fucking over again.
It was.
It
It
literally was. It
was.
was Bob and
It
Rob
gave that.
2.0. Yeah, it really did. I'm trying to think of some of the specific things that Danielle had to say. Um, she called her out about the game and said that, you know, you knew the answers, you stacked it, you threw yourself in that game to try to throw people off. She talked about how erratic she is, and she said that you be playing dumb. So that led Carolyn to go to Dylan and say, like, on my season, like, is this not how I play? And I kind of wish she wouldn't have asked him that, because of this same thing is how Carolyn made it so far in the game, and she made it to number 2.
The finale.
Yeah, she made it to the finale. So I kind of wish she wouldn't have said that to Dylan and put that back on his mind, because it's like, dang, wait a minute. I do know you for your works, and you could be playing me right now. It was something else. Either way, they went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's time to vote. So Carolyn votes Danielle. Oh no, I did note that Carolyn was like, I'm not some assassin. I'm not murdering people. Of course, Carolyn does get emotional. I'm sorry, I was about to pass that part where she got emotional and, talked about how all her life,
All my
was
life,
close to you,
I had to
Danielle,
fight.
and you threw my neck, you threw me under the bus, and she tried her best to fight for her life, but she should have brought back up the Jeremy murder with the coffin, because now we can prove the theory wrong. There were no traitors in the coffin. Like, she had quite a few opportunities to just nail Danielle, and she missed them. Like, her bringing back up Jeremy being murdered and the coffin theory is gone now, I think that really, really would have swayed everybody.
How?
Everybody. Because, so the thing with the coffin was, and multiple people have brought it up, that first of all, Jeremy wasn't doing anything to anybody, but the only name he was floating was Danielle's. And it's ironic that right after he's floating her name, he's in the coffin and he's gone. Well, then they thought Sierra and Nicole were the traitors. Okay, so that throws it off of Danielle's, allegedly. And so now that both of them are gone, they both were faithfuls. Jeremy clearly was a faithful. Why was Jeremy murdered? Because he said Danielle's name, which is literally the truth, because he said Danielle's name. She could have come with that one. She could have said, of course, you would have murdered Derek. So people wouldn't suspect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she missed, I feel like she missed quite a few marks where she could have gotten, had a better argument against Danielle, because Danielle had been sitting back playing and plotting and waiting. So the vote goes, Carolyn goes Danielle, Ira goes for Carolyn, Dolores goes Tom, and I'm like, see, this is why we don't like the non-gamers, because this is not the time to throw away a vote. It's too less. It's every vote counts, and you're just throwing away a vote. Danielle goes Carolyn, of course. Gabby goes Danielle, because she couldn't take Carolyn's tears. She read them as genuine. Tom goes Dolores, and I'm like, dude, you have voted Dolores, I think, 5 weeks in a row.
Wait, for real?
Seriously.
I just laughed. I said, not everybody.
He has been voting Dolores.
I said, not everybody is clocked into the game, and then these two are just having their own little right?
Like,
Bro.
what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? We trying to get traitors out of here? Like, come on.
Wait,
Anywho,
I can't see you. Hold on.
can you see me now?
Yeah. Oh.
Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you.
All right. Brittany goes Carolyn, and she's like, you are literally, or I hope I'm right or whatever, but you would literally be the best traitor ever in the world. And then Dylan goes Carolyn. He's the deciding vote, and he goes Carolyn. He really hopes he's
Which
right.
is crazy. That man's face was red.
Yeah,
I was like, I hate this for him.
Yeah, like, he's had to vote out some really big people. And I forgot to mention that when Dylan and Carolyn were having their final talk, and I said that she was pleading for her life, She literally came and said, if this was Boston Rob giving you these facts about Danielle, like you would listen differently, wouldn't you?
Oh,
You didn't catch that?
no, I didn't.
Yes, she did. She
These
said that.
y'all are playing a little questionably this game. Because why are y'all saying things that shouldn't be said? Like, why are y'all communicating in this factor?
You know. All right. So then we have Carolyn is banished. She gets the most votes, and she gets up there and she says, you know, all my life I have been judged by
Oh
how I
my god,
am and
I
all of
had to
that.
fight.
I just wanted to have fun and come here and have fun. And, you know, I didn't really want to get too close to any of you. But I had to be real with myself. Being a traitor isn't fun. And oh no, you gotta get down on the ground, remember? Like
I told y'all I was gonna fight. I said it. I told you I was gonna
I said, if them folks don't clock her as a damn traitor, I don't know what to do.
No, because you gotta pee. After she got to the table, she said, yes. Where is your tears at a second ago when you was on the floor, Miss Lee? Where is your tears
I want
at?
y'all, if y'all listen, clock that what he just said because it comes up in episode 10.
Oh.
It comes
Mind you,
up.
I ain't seen that yet.
Yep. So, of course, now everybody's excited. They got a traitor. Everybody's congratulating Danielle and Gabby, Dylan, and Brittany are sitting in a room. And Gabby is so clocked in. Gabby said, so y'all don't think that was traitor on traitor? Like that don't give y'all Boston Rob and
Okay.
Bob the drag queen, like, and everybody's wheels are turning. Even
This
Brittany
sad.
knows, like, Brittany is like, shit. I was just in here crying about this mug this morning, but I'm here to win this money. Is that why I haven't been murdered? Like, maybe that's why I haven't been murdered, because she's a freaking traitor. I'm like, no shit. No freaking shit.
They clocked in, and I
Now
love
episode
it.
9, Brittany. Episode 9. You want to think that your best friend is a freaking traitor? It's too late now, boo. It's too late. Y'all opportunity was to get
It's
her out.
not.
Yes, it is. In Brittany's case, it's too late. Her even having
Why she
suspicion of
can't?
Brittany.
Why she can't turn on Danielle? Why she can't be like y'all?
Because she's already had
Danielle.
that story. They've already had that story. They had that story in Reindeer Games, so she wouldn't dare do it again in Traitors. So people's wheels are turning. It's time for them to go to bed. Danielle goes to the turret by herself. Of course, it's the last time she gets to seduce. However, this is the seduce or murder. So either you take it or you're murdered. And then that's that on that. That will be the murder for the night. She chooses Brittany. And of course, they left off on a cliffhanger of whether Brittany is going to take it or not. Do you think Brittany's going to take it, or you think she's not? Because mind you, in her confessional, she said if it's Danielle, her recruiting me would be so obvious. I'm like, yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be. In all honesty, I wasn't paying much attention to this specific part because I was literally like, "Girl, she finna choose Brittany, and Brittany ain't got no choice but to go." So, Brittany's finna be a traitor now. I don't need a cliffhanger to hang on to that cliff. I know
Well,
for a
I
fact.
mean, because episode 10 is out already, we can do a spoiler alert. Of course, Brittany takes the fucking, she takes it. And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 10 is a really good one, so I need you to hurry up and watch it so we can talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay. Maybe,
That's I'm not gonna give any little clues or anything. Of course, I wouldn't tell you who was murdered, who was whatever happened. I wouldn't tell you that, but I feel like I can tell you. Be prepared to
that
go on.
Sam was murdered.
I would be prepared to. Sam was already murdered.
I know. That's why I said.
Just be prepared to go up and down with your emotions. That's all I'll say. Just be prepared to go
Ooh,
emotions, not crying
okay.
emotions. I mean
Like
rage,
anger.
yeah,
Ooh.
rage, or you know, just a little. Anywho, this was a good episode, guys. I'm sorry that this recap was so late, but a lot is going on in my life with my job right now. I have insomnia, but I'm also just proud of me for actually sitting down and getting in front of this camera after the week that I've had starting at Sunday. So we're gonna cut this off before the tears come, and make sure you guys like this video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I appreciate you so much, especially those that watch this video. I will probably hold a special place in my heart for every single person that watches this video, because it is my push through video. So make sure you guys like it for me. I was giving a heartfelt speech, and I don't know if it was. We're gonna get out of here, guys. I'm your girl Shay.
I'm your boy Lily.
Yeah, it's getting a little creepy around here. I don't know if
Okay, I
somebody's
don't know what's happening.
signs and signals to tell me they
Listen.
okay or what. I appreciate you. Love you. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.